Hi, I'm Kelly. Welcome to class. Today you'll need a resistance tube, which you should check by running your fingers along it like this to see if there's any nicks or wearing. You should also have a sturdy armless chair and some water for hydration. We are going to work on strength with a really great circuit. Put your tubing down and let's get warmed up. Now if you want to stand behind your chair and have it for light touch, please be my guest. Feel free to do that. I'm going to have my chair over to the side and I'll be using it a little bit in the cool down. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open the chest. Squat down, lift up, and roll the shoulders. Inhale, reach up. Open the chest. Squat, lift up, and roll the shoulders. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. Open through your chest. Squat down, lift up, and roll. Last one. Inhale, reach up. Open your chest. Squat down, lift up, and roll the shoulders. Now, squat down and lift up. Sitting back into that squat. Reach your right hand up. Now the left. Good. 2 more. Now reach across. Swivel the feet and rotate through your hips. Keep your head facing forward. That'll prevent you getting dizzy, and it'll also work on some gentle neck mobility. Little counterintuitive neck mobility. Because your body's moving underneath your head and your head is staying still, your neck is gently moving. Reach for your knees. Shift your weight side to side. Sitting back. One knee is bent, one knee is straightening. Hinge at the hip and reach down just towards your knee. 4, 3, 2, hold to the right. Sink down and pull back. Do that again. Pull back 2 more times. Now rotate round and press your heel to the floor. Pressing the heel down, feeling that stretch through your ankle and calf. Lift the heel up, step back a little further and dip down. Drop your tailbone. Now press the heel to the floor and bend the knees. Press and bend. And bend. One more time. Press and bend. Now open to the front, squatting down with your knees open. Drop your right shoulder down, look up over the left and press your right knee back. Other side. Come to the center, squat down, toes forward, lift up and rotate down to the other side. Press your heel to the floor. Feeling that stretch through your calf and ankle. Lift the heel, step back a little further. Dip down, opening the front of your hip, right here. Press the heel and bend the knee. Press the heel and bend the knee. 1 more. Press and bend. Now open to the side and lift up. Lunge down and lift up. 1 more. Come down, hold. Now come to the center, bend both knees. Turn your heels in and your toes out. Squat down and press your knees back to feel a stretch in your groin. Drop your left shoulder down, look up over the right. Other side. And again. Come to the center, open the knees, toes come forward, squat, lift up, and roll your shoulders. All right, let's get started with our strength work. Go ahead and pick up your tubing. Bend your knees to get there. We're starting off with a tricky move. We're going to do everything on one side of the body and then everything on the second set on the other side of the body. There's 9 different moves. Anchor the tubing underneath your right foot. Step your left leg beside it and pull up to the hips, or for more challenge, to the shoulders. Chest lifted, shoulders down and back. Step out to the left and step in. That's a little tricky, isn't it? Yeah. So sit back. The knees are open as you step out. It's going to open up through your hips. So develop some hip strength as well as hip mobility. And that's an important element to train. Sit back and lift up. Opening through the hips, which is why we did all that hip opening in the warm-up. Very good. Bring your hands down. Now create some slack on the right. Hold the left still. Bring the hand to the thigh. Lift up. Thumb leads the way. And bring it down. Up. And come down. Working on your shoulder strength on the right side. Now, I'm not coming straight out in front, and I'm not coming straight out to the side. It's on a diagonal. So at about 45 degrees. Not straight in front and not straight out to the side. Right in the middle. Your thumb leads the way. So point your thumb up. That'll help you remember that the palm of your hand is facing forward, more or less. Keep your chest lifted. One more. Good. Now anchor the tube underneath your left foot and release one handle down. Make sure it's nice and firm. Step out with your right leg. Now, chop up and down. Diagonal chop. So you're getting a little bit more shoulder work, but you're also working your core. Rotate through your upper back. Keep your hips facing forward. Lift the chest and chop upwards. That feels good, doesn't it? Chopping to the right from the left. 3, 2, 1. Take the tube out from underneath your left foot and anchor it underneath your right foot. We're going to do a rear lunge. You can pull up to the hips to make it easier, or for more challenge, right up to the shoulders. Feet hip distance apart. Lunge your left leg back. Right leg is the working leg. Lunge. Bend both knees and then step in. So as you lunge back, you step back onto the ball of your foot. Let me show you side on. You step back onto the ball of your foot, not the whole foot, and bend the back knee. Keep your front knee lined up with the second toe. You're almost there. Keep your weight more on the front leg than on the back leg. One more time. Take tension off the tube. Now anchor it underneath your left foot. Step your left leg diagonally forward. For more challenge, put both handles in your right hand. Less challenge, just one. Now row and slowly release. Row. Now to make it more challenging, you're going to pull back and shift your weight from your left to your right leg. Make sure your left foot is firmly anchoring the tubing as you pull back. Just move at your own speed. Keep your right shoulder down away from your ear as much as you can. You're almost there. Strengthening the mid-back muscles as well as your arm. And there's some leg work there too. You might be feeling that. Now step on the tube so it's even between both feet. Give yourself some length slack so it's tight between your feet. Bring both handles into the hands, chest lifted. Now just tiny rotation, side to side. Keep your knees slightly bent. So your knees are slightly bent and you've got a little bit of a rotation going between 10 and 2. Or 11 and 1 is fine too. Keep your chest lifted. You're going to be getting a little bit of work in the biceps. Little rotation, it's a Russian twist. Almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly take the tension off the tube and anchor it underneath your left leg. We're going to work the right leg. You can separate the tubing to make it easier or for more challenge. Bring both handles into the right hand and bring it onto your right hip. Left hand on the thigh. Lunge to the side and step in. Side lunge. Keep all 10 toes facing forward. Hinge at the hip and bend at the knee and the ankle. You keep your left leg straight as you step out. Your left hand is on the thigh to add a little support for your back. When you push up, come up tall. Sit back through the hips. Keep your feet parallel. One more. Now anchor the tube underneath your right leg. Create a little bit more slack on the right so you can move it a bit more easily. Do a bicep curl. Kickstand your left leg. Hinge at the hip. Press back. Bring the hand to your shoulder. Lift up and lower it down. Now, you're not rotating the wrist. Keep the palm oriented in the same direction. Knuckles back. Hand to shoulder. Lift and come down. You've got 80% of your weight in your right leg. Hinge at the hip. Press back. Hand to shoulder. Lift and bring it down. Hinge. Press. Hand. Lift and lower. One more. Hand. Hinge. Press. Hand to shoulder. Lift and put your tubing on your chair to pick up after this next exercise. Golf chop. Lace your fingers, loop your thumbs. Squat down. Bring the hands over the shoulder. Now go to the other side. So it's a nice deep squat, and then you come over the shoulder. Sitting back, lifting up. Brace your abdominals. Sit back through the hips. Make sure you can feel your core working throughout the movement. One more each side. Very good. Shake it out. Roll your wrists. You've got about 20 seconds to grab a quick sip of water. Then we're going to do everything on the other side. Got to be symmetrical. Did it on the right, got to do it on the left. Pick up your tubing, anchor it underneath your left foot. Pull up to the shoulders for more challenge, or the hips to make it easier. Step out and step in to that sumo squat. Out and in. So the knees are opening, lined up with the toes. You're sitting back. So you get a nice stretch through your groin as you strengthen all the muscles in the hips and the thigh. You're probably feeling that. Your left leg is working a little harder than your right. Good. Now let's work on the shoulder. Lengthen the tubing so it's long on the left and shorter on the right. Anchor it with nice and firmly underneath your left foot. Bring the hand up and down. Now it's on a diagonal. So it's not straight in front of you here. It's not straight out to the side. It's on a diagonal. Lead up with the thumb. I'm going to point my thumb up as a reminder. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Keep your chest up and your shoulder down. There we go. You're almost there. This is challenging. Shoulders are always hard. They tend to get weak as we get older. Very good. Now anchor the tube underneath your right foot. Release one of the handles. Make sure it's firm. Separate your feet. Diagonal chop. On a diagonal, come across the body towards, a little bit like you were shoveling over your shoulder. A little bit, not completely, but a little bit. Like you're coming over your shoulder with your hands. Rotate through your upper back and chest. You're going to feel quite a few different muscles. You're still feeling your left shoulder because it's still working by design. 2 more. Nicely done. Okay, anchor the tube underneath your left foot for a rear lunge. Place it under the foot, pull up to the hips, or for more challenge, all the way up to the shoulders. Here we go. Lunge back and step forward. So again, when you lunge back, you lunge onto the ball of your foot. Line your front knee up, the center of the kneecap, with the second and third toe. So it's bending aligned with the foot. Almost there. 10 seconds. Keep your chest up, shoulders down and back. Brace your core. Always want to think about that. Good. Now anchor the tubing underneath your right foot for a row. You can separate the handles to make it easier, or for more challenge, both handles go into the left hand. Pull back. Drive your elbow back. Press your shoulder down. Rock your weight side to side. So shift your weight back. That's going to place a little bit more tension on the band and make it a little more challenging. Doesn't that feel good? I love to work the muscles in the mid-back. That's what you're actually training here. Your arm, the bicep, as well as the muscles in the mid-back, your latissimus dorsi, the mid-back muscles. These help you stay strong at lifting things. One more. Good. Now, step both feet on the tube. So you've got some slack in the length. Both handles come into both hands, chest up, knees soft, slightly sit. Now rotate, Russian twist. We're getting a lot of core work today. This movement strengthens the rotary muscles, the diagonal muscles, your obliques, in the midsection, through your core. If your arms are getting tired, just keep your arms down and still rotate. But if you can, keep your hands up. That's some bonus work for your arms. Rotate side to side to 10 and 2 if you were standing on a clock. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the tension on the tubing and anchor it underneath your right foot, side lunge to the left. Both handles can go into the left hand, or you can separate the handles to make it easier. You ready? Let's do it. Lunge to the side and step in. Nice big step out. Keep all 10 of your toes facing forward. Parallel feet. Sit back, drive the hips back. Brace your abdominals. So feel your abdominals working the entire time. Your right hand is on the thigh to give you some support as you hinge forward. Left hand is on the hip. Done. Okay. Anchor the tube underneath your left foot. You got a bit more slack on the left, it's tighter on the right, like that. Stand on your left leg and kickstand the right leg. Bicep curl, hinge forward, press back, hand to shoulder, lift and bring it down. There it is. Hand to shoulder. Hinge and lift the elbow. Lift and bring it down. Hand to shoulder. Hinge forward. Press. Hand to shoulder. Lift and bring it down. Strengthening the back of your arm, your tricep. Can you feel that? Now the front of your arm, the whole body, and then the arm. And we have one move left. Put your tubing out of the way on the floor, because we're going to use the chair in our cool down. Golf chop. Bring your feet wide apart. Clasp your hands and loop your thumbs. Lift your chest. Squat and chop. Slow and then go faster. Slow and fast. Swivel the foot. Sitting back. Sit back through the hips and lift up tall. Make sure you're swiveling your left foot as you go over your right shoulder and vice versa. Let the whole body move together. And done. Whew. Shake out your legs. Roll your shoulders back. And let's go ahead and take our chair a little bit closer to us. We're going to use the chair for some balance. Bring your right leg forward. Plant the heel, lift the chest, hinge forward. Hinge and lift up. Plant the toe, flex the foot. Hinge, lift up. Plant the toe, flex. One more time. Hinge, lift, plant the toe, and step the foot back. So left foot steps back. Bend both knees, and you'll feel a stretch in the front of the left hip. Lift your chest, and now press the heel to the floor and step forward. Pick up your right foot, hold on to the shin, ankle, or foot, and pull that back up behind you. I'm going to creep my fingers down a little bit further so I can get a better stretch. This is a challenging stretch. If you really can't manage to hold your foot, just bring your foot behind you and scoop like that. That will work too. Let's go to the other side of the chair. I'm just going to move my chair. Okay, let's do that hamstring stretch, back of the thigh. Hinge. Plant the toe and lift up. Flex the foot. Hinge. Lift up and plant the foot. Last one. Flex the foot. Hinge. Lift up and plant the foot. Now step your right leg back. Make sure you got a good grip on the chair. Bend both knees and feel that opening through the front of your hip. Lift your chest. And now press the heel to the floor to stretch the calf. And lift up. Let's come into your chair. Oh, it feels good to sit down. You earned that. So sit on the front third of your chair, really tall. Lengthen from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Place your left hand onto the right outside of your knee. Bring your right hand onto the back of the chair. Lift up and rotate to look back. Let's go to the other side. Hand on the outside of the knee, other hand on the back of the chair. Lift up and rotate round. And come back to the front. Roll your shoulders back 2 times. Take your right hand, reach up and stretch the side of your body. Pull the elbow down and back. Reach up again. Stretch the side of your body. And lower the arm back down. Other side. Reach up and stretch the side of your body. Pull down and open the chest. Reach up, side of the body, pull down and lower the arm all the way down. Inhale, open through your chest and shoulders. Exhale down and roll your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale and roll your shoulders. One more time. Exhale and roll your shoulders. Now sit a little bit further back. So you're sitting tall, but you're resting on the back of the seat. Bring your hands down onto the back legs of the chair and tilt your head. You're going to feel a nice stretch on the left side of your neck. Other side. Tilt your head. Hold onto the chair. That creates a two-way stretch. Some downward tension in your arm. Other side again. Last one. Come up. Hinge forward and standing up. Rotate side to side. And we are done. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a great class, and I can't wait to move with you again. Enjoy the rest of your day.